At first, it looks less like a military vehicle and more like an animal built from metal. 4 narrow legs carry a compact body over broken ground. Cameras replace eyes. Electric motors replace muscle. A computer continuously decides where each foot should land. Then another machine joins it, followed by several more. One carries sensors, another carries supplies. A third is configured for a more dangerous forward roll. Together, they form what Chinese developers call a pack of robot wolves. China publicly introduced this family of quadruped robots at Airshow China in Zhuhai in 2024. Since then, related machines have appeared in military training and public demonstrations. The system is designed to give a small, unmanned platform the mobility of a 4-legged animal, while allowing engineers to change its equipment for different missions. But building a machine that can walk across stairs, rubble, slopes, and loose ground is far more difficult than attaching 4 mechanical legs to a box. Every step shifts the center of gravity. Every landing sends a shock through the joints. Every additional kilogram changes the balance, the power demand, and the control problem. To understand China's robot wolves, we have to begin before the machine can even stand. The foundation is the central chassis. Public imagery shows a compact rectangular body with 4 major leg interfaces and mounting space for sensors, antennas, and mission equipment. What can be established is the engineering job this body must perform. It has to carry the battery, computers, motor controllers, and payload while resisting the repeated twisting forces created by 4 independently moving legs. The chassis must also remain light enough to preserve useful endurance. Chinese exhibition reporting described an early robot wolf platform with a total weight of approximately 70 kilograms. Before the legs can be attached, their powered joints must be assembled and tested. A quadruped does not walk with simple hinges. Each leg must move forward and backward, raise and lower the body, and adjust sideways to preserve balance. Electric actuators, reduction mechanisms, position sensors, and control wiring work together inside the visible joint housings. The most difficult requirement is coordination. When one foot leaves the ground, the remaining feet must keep the body stable. When the robot climbs an obstacle, the system must estimate its height, choose a foothold, and apply enough force without slipping. The hardware provides motion, but software turns that motion into a usable gait. Once the 4-leg assemblies are installed, the unfinished machine becomes recognizable. Its body covers remain open. Its sensors and mission equipment are absent. Engineers can inspect the mechanical range of each leg, verify cable movement, and check that one joint does not interfere with another. The next stage brings the machine to life. Replaceable batteries, power electronics, motor controllers, computing hardware, and communications equipment are integrated into the torso. Public Chinese reporting says the newer robot wolves use replaceable batteries, but the chemistry, voltage, and internal pack arrangement have not been disclosed. Those unknowns matter because battery placement affects balance. A heavy pack positioned too high or too far toward one end would make the robot less stable. Power management is equally important. Walking over a smooth floor is one condition. Climbing stairs while carrying a load is another. Motors may demand brief peaks of power as the robot lifts its body or catches itself after a step. The electrical system must supply those peaks while protecting the battery and electronics from excessive current and heat. With the power system installed, engineers add perception. Forward-facing optical apertures, navigation sensors, and communications antennas are visible on public examples. Some configurations have also been described with thermal, radar, or acoustic equipment. The central idea is modularity. A shared robotic platform can receive different sensors according to its assigned role. Perception allows the robot wolf to build a usable picture of the terrain. But cameras alone do not create mobility. The computer must identify obstacles, estimate distance, understand the slope beneath the feet, and continuously compare the planned movement with the robot's actual position. If the ground shifts or a foot lands badly, the control system has to correct the body before the machine falls. Small differences between joints can produce noticeably different movements. Sensors must be aligned, motors must respond consistently, and the computer's model of the machine must match the machine that was actually assembled. Engineers therefore test standing, crouching, turning, and slow walking before increasing speed or adding a payload. The common chassis can then be converted into separate mission variants. Chinese reporting describes strike, reconnaissance, and logistics members of the family. The reconnaissance version can carry a more prominent surveillance package. The logistics version can carry supplies on a balanced frame over its body. A strike-configured machine may carry a mission payload, but public demonstrations do not prove that the platform independently chooses or attacks targets. A logistics robot wolf is not simply a strike model with a box placed over its equipment. The payload changes mass distribution, energy consumption, and movement. A sensor mast raises the center of gravity. Cargo can shift. A heavier forward module increases the load on the front legs. Each configuration therefore needs its own balance limits and its own control tuning. Manufacturer-linked reporting has claimed a payload of approximately 25 kilograms, a top speed of around 15 kilometers per hour, and the ability to negotiate obstacles roughly 30 centimeters high while loaded. These numbers describe reported goals or demonstrations, not independently verified battlefield performance. Still, they reveal what the engineers are trying to achieve: meaningful mobility, while carrying equipment across terrain that can stop a small wheeled robot. The final factory test is not a single walk across a clean floor. A completed quadruped has to be tested on steps, slopes, loose surfaces, and rubble. Engineers observe joint temperatures, battery consumption, foot placement, and recovery from slips. A logistics configuration must walk while loaded. A sensor configuration must remain stable enough to produce useful imagery. Communication links must continue functioning while several robots move together. That final requirement changes the project from one robot into a system. At Airshow China, developers discussed groups of robot wolves working with airborne drones. Later, public military exercises showed quadruped robots operating alongside soldiers and aerial unmanned systems. In these demonstrations, the machines can extend observation, move supplies, or enter exposed areas while human operators remain involved. The phrase "robot pack" is therefore more than marketing, but it must be understood carefully. It does not necessarily mean a fully independent swarm. Coordination can include shared information, assigned routes, operator commands, and machines following one another through difficult terrain. The central engineering problem is reliable cooperation. Each platform has to know its task, maintain communications, and avoid becoming an obstacle to the soldiers or robots around it. There are also limits that demonstrations rarely emphasize. Batteries restrict endurance. Mud, water, dust, and damaged surfaces challenge joints and sensors. Wireless links may be interrupted. A machine that falls while carrying a payload may be difficult to recover. Every new sensor adds power demand, weight, and software complexity. Military robotics does not eliminate risk. It moves part of that risk from the soldier to the machine and its supporting network. China's robot wolves are therefore best understood not as mechanical animals and not as autonomous soldiers, but as modular unmanned carriers built around legged mobility. Their significance lies in the combination of electromechanical joints, real-time balance control, perception, replaceable mission equipment, and coordinated testing. The finished machine may appear to walk naturally, but that apparent simplicity is the product of thousands of controlled corrections. Beneath every step is a structure resisting impact, a battery supplying power, sensors measuring motion, and software deciding where the next foot should land. From a bare chassis to a calibrated pack operating beside soldiers and drones, the Robot Wolf shows how China is turning advances in quadruped robotics into a military development program. Whether these systems eventually become common equipment will depend not on how dramatic they look at an exhibition, but on endurance, reliability, communications, and the ability to keep moving when the ground is least predictable. This is Modus Assembly. Subscribe for more evidence-based documentaries on the machines, factories, and engineering shaping the future of military technology.